talk about GTM engineering, and the coming weeks we are going to talk more about this subject, we are particularly going to come from the angle of B2B growth. So I sincerely believe now that GTM engineering is a generic term, okay, and it can be applied to any industry, any use case, any type of company. So when we are going to talk about GTM engineering, it is primarily for B2B companies and for B2B marketing and growth strategies, right? So if you are in B2B, I think you are in a great place. Even if you're not in B2B, if you're interested in this particular subject, I think you are in the right place. There is a lot that we are going to unpack today. Today's session is going to be more of a Q&A session where there will be questions and answers. We will do more deep dive in the coming days. I'm hoping that we'll have at least 3-part series on what is GTM engineering when it comes to B2B growth. All right. I hope you are all ready. Now let's get started. Okay. For everybody who is not aware of me, who is just joining in, my name is Ritesh Osta. I'm a founder of a company called InsightsTap. InsightsTap is a B2B growth studio, and we heavily work on GTM engineering and AI apps development. On top of that, I'm also one of the Fiverr top-rated Fiverr Pro freelancer, and I have been doing it for the last 8 years. So if you want to check out my profile, go to my LinkedIn page, go to my Fiverr page, and you will get a lot of information. Now, with that, let's get started. What is GTM engineering? The Q&A session. Okay. So before we talk about what GTM engineering is, we will talk about why GTM engineering. Okay, why this particular phase has suddenly become so viral and everybody is talking about it. Yeah. So even it took me by surprise in terms of how much people are talking about this particular phase, GTM engineering, and GTM stands for go-to-market. Now, these terms have been there since forever. Go-to-market strategy, go-to-market go-to-market plans, campaigns. These are the terms that we as a B2B marketer, as a product marketer, we have been using it since forever. But now what has happened is there's this go-to-market and then there's this engineering. They have come down together, right? And this is something, and there is something beautiful that has been created. And that is what GTM engineering is all about. Okay. Now, before we talk about the GTM engineering, what it is, let's talk about why GTM engineering. Okay, why B2B teams needs GTM engineering and not just GTM campaigns. So the first input is B2B teams have tools but not systems. More and more B2B teams have siloed, segregated tools that they are using. The marketing teams is using a bunch of tools. The sales team is using a bunch of tools. The data team is using a bunch of tools. The engineering team is using a bunch of tools. The product team is having its own stuff. So with time, more and more companies have understood that there are systems within their company and there are different teams working with those systems and they are siloed. They are not working together, right? So even though the teams are working with tools, they are not working with like one system. Okay, the tools are not integrated, the processes are not integrated. So they have understood this challenge, and more companies are now understanding this challenge. And now that is where they are moving towards GTM engineering. The other is processes, the playbooks. The marketing is running another process, sales is running another process. They are fragmented, they are siloed, they don't talk to each other. They are just coming on a weekly or a monthly meet where they are just blaming each other, for the failures or the results. So that is what has been going on in the B2B enterprise systems for a very long time. Okay, I think more and more companies have now started realizing that it cannot work like this. Okay, data is fragmented. So data is being now, across many different systems. Data is there in the CRM, the CDPs, the data warehouses, the product analytics, the web analytics. I mean, data is everywhere, and people are working within their data. They don't know what's going on with the other systems' data. So the data is fragmented, and the signal are being missed. Right, the important signals, and inputs are being missed by different teams. And growth needs engineering, not guesswork, right? So now we are moving from the campaign-based approach to, a personalized based approach. So more and more companies have now started to realize that, they cannot just guess a campaign, run a campaign, and then, just keep doing it. They need to engineer something more strategic. So now the strategy is playing more important role in today's world, right? Uh, Earlier, things were easy, right? There was, you run a large scale Google ads, and most of the people are searching for things on Google, and you are coming on top, and you're getting the leads, and you are succeeding, and you don't have to worry about too many other things. That is how things were for a long time, thanks to the dominance of Google in the market. But that dominance, especially in terms of search ads, is changing very rapidly. Now people are not just searching; they are also, asking, questioning. They are also going to social media, forums, ChatGPT, Gemini. Now people have so many different options. Okay, I can go to Grok and I can ask. I can go to Gemini. I can ask. I can go to ChatGPT. I can ask. I can go to social media. I can ask. I can go to Quora, Reddit. I mean, I don't have to go to Google to ask anymore. Earlier, almost 80% of the world's population was just Googling things, right? But now things are changing fast. And with that, I think a lot of B2B teams needs to adapt really fast. Okay, so that is some of the reasons as to why we need to approach with a systems thinking. Okay, so GTM engineering in many ways is a strategy thinking, it's a systems thinking. Now you cannot just think on, from the campaigns point of view or from the sales point of view. You have to think like a whole system. And that is, I think, the number one reason as to why GTM engineering matters today in 2025 more than ever before. Okay. So sales, marketing, ops, all working separately. And hard work is not equal to growth. Sync system is equal to growth. Okay, I think it's a beautiful quote here. Just running campaigns after campaigns, just working really hard is not the right approach anymore. Okay, I'm not saying that don't work hard. Please do work hard. But at the same time, you need to have a sync system where all your teams, sales, marketing, ops, product, all of them, they need to work together, right? So there needs to be a strategy behind whatever you're doing more than ever before.